Brought to you by Discount Tire, America's Tire, and by Eaton Detroit Spring, made in the USA in Detroit, and by MSD Ignition, the fire to drive. Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City. What better place to get recognition for your countless hours of hard work, busted knuckles, and endless late nights in the garage? If you think your car is ready for the spotlight, this is the place to be. Each year for the Detroit Autorama, there are over 1,000 applications sent in to be reviewed, selected, and processed by the show committee. Once your car has been chosen to be on display, it's crunch time.
When he hit it, because the 8 cylinders came in, you know.
Yeah, this is a 34 Ford pickup. A backyard build for 2 years and weekend project. We just got it done in June. Bought the cab up in Tower, Minnesota. It's original lettering on the doors. We highlighted them, brought it back, but I started out with the cab and I chopped it 5.5 inches. This 34, I started on built the frame from a 2x4 frame, put a 48 Ford Suicide front axle on it, drilled it all out. Hubcaps with Cadillac lights on them, and it's 34 grill shell with a Mustang radiator. I'm running a 272 Ford Y block, bored 30 over, and Clay Smith 500 cam in it. The engine has a Scotty intake, vintage speed equipment, and we're running 2 Holley 94 carburetors set up on it. Great little hot rod motor. I do call it a rat rod. It's a traditional hot rod with no paint, but it's built strong and safe, but it is backyard built. The inspiration of this build is pretty much in my mind as a vision. We live southwestern Michigan and we have the Red Arrow Highway down there, and I took a road trip and that's where the Red Arrow came from, so Red Arrow Highway. I wanted to build a hot rod at my age. I'm 60 years old and it was time to do it. I'm Dave and I'm a backyard wrench head. Oh, I'm Dave and I'm a rat rod builder wrench rod. I'm Dave and I'm a rat rod building backyard wrench head.
When I know you wanna look pretty, and I know you wanna smell nice, but we ain't got all night. Well, come on, stop your feet, dagger, come on, stop your lollygagger, come on, you're moving way too slow, still gotta stop at the liquor store. Hey!
I'm Voodoo Larry from Chicago, Illinois, and this is my 1931 Ford Model A. I built the car in 6 months. It was original stock, bone stock Model A. It's on a 32 chassis. It's got a 32 grill shell, 32 headlights. Pretty much I built all the suspension, everything myself out of my shop, you know. It's got the 40 Ford wishbone, it's got a Magnum dropped axle. It's got a 57 Buick brake drums on there with 40 Ford brakes. It's got my own rear suspension, tri-link rear suspension. Small block Chevy. It's got an Edelbrock X1 intake with 6.2 barrels on it. Handmade custom headers, handmade custom motor mounts. Shop 6 inches. It's got a louvered deck lid, louvered rear valance. The wheels are 1939 Dodge high clearance wheels, 20s in the front and 18s in the rear. The whole interior is done like a bomber motif. It's got B-52 style bomber seats. They're all hand buck rivets. Well, when I was 14 years old, I saw American Graffiti for the first time. Awesome movie, you know, that's what got me this whole scene. But the favorite part of the movie was the Pharaohs, the chopped Mercury. That's why I fell in love with custom cars 30 years ago. The crowd reaction of the car for the Detroit Autorama this year is phenomenal. People fell in love with the car, and it's just a big hit. This is more of an old school style hot rod, the way they would have built them back in the day, you know. I'm Voodoo Larry, and I'm a backyard wrench head. Crazy man, crazy.
The car is a 23 Ford. It has a Chevy 350 engine and transmission. Built it from the very beginning back in about 2007 and slowly been building it up ever since. It's a constant work in progress. I picked up a lot of old parts here and there from swap meets and different friends trading parts and whatnot. I built this out of my garage back in Flint, Michigan. Flint's about 60 miles from COBO Center. It's about an hour drive in a normal car. It took me about an hour and 15 to get here the other day. The weather was a little cold, but it's just like riding a snowmobile. You just bundle up in layers and haul ass, I guess. I took the expressway all the way down, usually about 65, 70 miles an hour. After that, it starts really sucking the gas. So occasionally going down the expressway, you'll see people out of the corner of my eye slow down and get out their phones and take pictures. And I've really enjoyed building this, and I'm probably just gonna keep building off it. I know my girlfriend's been bugging me. She really wants to build some sort of woody type hot rod. She wants to build it, but I'm sure I'll be doing a lot of it. But I'm sure she'll want to work on it as well. I'm Ed, and I'm a hot rod backyard wrench head.
This presentation of the 60th Annual Detroit Autorama was sponsored by Discount Tire, America's Tire, and by Eaton Detroit Spring, made in the USA in Detroit, and by MSD Ignition, the fire to drive.